Hello and welcome to Bannerlord Tips. This is kind of me just doing this little video about what I would have liked to know before I actually started playing Bannerlord. I was kind of like new to the series. I played a little bit of Warband, but like I don't know, I didn't really like it that much. But this game I love.
That I absolutely love.
Cannot get enough of this, even though it's like so similar to Warband. I don't know, maybe I just grew up a little bit more or something like that, who knows. But these are my tips that I would have liked to know before I actually started playing. Okay, my first tip is that food does not spoil. This might be like a given to anybody who's played Bannerlord before, but to new people that came from Warband or who are new to the series might think, oh, why should I buy this meat if I'm going to be on like this 12-day journey, or butter or this cheese or whatever like that, or this fish. Basically you want to buy this stuff because it doesn't go bad. As of this version that I'm in, I believe it's 1.0.9. The meat, fish, butter, cheese, none of it goes bad. So you can basically just buy a bunch of it, or if you find looters or barbarians or whatever like that and you beat them, you can take their food and you'll never have to buy food again. Super helpful. Knowing that. At first I didn't want to buy like cheap meat or cheap cheese or butter, just because I thought like, man, this is gonna go bad, because in Warband it went bad, but that's not the case here. So that is tip number 1. Alrighty, on to my second tip. This is for anybody who has played like enough in the game to get a little bit of wealth, probably like around 15 to 16,000. You can start to do this. Is invest in shops. So basically what you do is you're going to want to check to make sure which shop is going to be compatible in what city. So right now I am in, I believe this is called Dansnutica. I don't know, whatever. Just right here in the center of the map, the far east of the map. And basically, I want to set up shop. I don't have a shop here. So I'm going to hit trade with this city. And then I'm going to go to this little hammer right here. And as you can see here, the villages that is surrounding it that goes into this bigger city produces salt, sheep, and clay. So that's good for us to know, because when we get a shop, we don't want to build a shop that's like a brewer, for example. They have a brewer here. That might be a bad combination, because nobody is producing like a lot of grain, or at least not producing enough grain to be listed on the production tab. Nobody's producing any iron. So we wouldn't want to have like a smithy here. I think in this version of the game, wood workshops are still a little bit OP. That's what I have, and even then it's not really doing that good. It's only making me like $200 a day. But in the future, and also in this version of the game, if you have a clay, you might want to have a potter like they do here, or some sheep, if a wool weaver. Salt, I don't really think there's any production that you can do with salt, but a potter, wool weaver, or a wood workshop, those are always, super good. If they're producing iron, definitely a smithy. So stuff like that, just watch out for that. And basically all you do the only way you have to, buy a shop is super easy. So basically you just walk around the town center. You're going to hold tab, and you're going to see somewhere over there, yep, there's a pottery shop right there. So we're just going to walk over here to this pottery shop. Alright, now that we're at the pottery shop, we're going to go inside, we're going to look around, see if we can find a shop worker. There's one right here. We're going to talk to the shop worker, and we're going to say, I would like to buy this workshop. It's going to be 14,000. Yes. I'm sorry. On second thought, I'd like to keep it as a pottery, because they do make clay in the surrounding area. So, and he's going to ask us if we want to buy this, or, if we want to change the production or whatever like that. I'm going to keep it a pottery shop. Yes. Okay, so I just paid 14,000 for a pottery shop in this city, and now I have it. All right, that's fairly easy, and just a little way to make extra money on the side. Number 3, super easy. Basically, you'll see down here, I just have 22 wounded troops, not treeps. Basically, let me see if I leave here. Get right there. Now you see my healing rate is 4.2%. I do have a surgeon, I believe, somewhere in here. So it might be buffed a little bit, but I'm going to go back into this town and watch what happens. So it was at 4.2, now it's at 9.2. When you're in a settlement, it looks like it gives +5 benefit to wounded troops. And that's basically just going to be like, it's going to heal your troops faster. So, healing my troops quite fast, and it's also healing me faster as well. +10 because I'm in a settlement. The next tip I have for you is fighting. You might notice here that we have 50 men and they have 40. Looks to be about, we'll say 60-40 in my odds of auto-resolving this. This is hugely misleading. The computer, for some reason, it will generate, 60-40, and if we auto-resolve it, sure, yeah, you'll probably lose about a good bit of your men. But if we just do this, and so be it attack, and instead of hitting the send troops button, we actually go and attack, you might notice a little bit of a different outcome. And we'll just kind of go through this battle, and I'll fast forward a little bit here so I can show y'all. Okay, as you can tell here, we won this battle. It's pretty easy. We only lost 3 men, and we wounded 1. They lost 26, and we wounded 14. None escaped. That is insanely good. Like, our odds, if you noticed before, it was like 60-40. We would have lost a good bit of our men just then, but we didn't. I wanted to show y'all exactly what happens when I auto-resolve this battle. This was about the same. They had 50 men. We had about 70. And we lost a good bit. We lost 23 men. They lost 22. We were wounded 24 people. We're now down, a good half chunk of our army. It is indeed just better to go ahead and fight the battle if it's a 60-40 or a 50-50 chance. I wouldn't even, risk it. Okay, another big tip I have for y'all is smelt everything you can. Right now, these steel maces and spiked maces and long sabers and so on and so forth, these are, fairly good things to sell. However, they're even better when you do this. So we're going to scroll down here, preferably hope it's hardwood's cheap. Not really cheap right now, whatever. We'll just go ahead and buy a few because we need them anyway. We'll end up paying that extra price. We're into the smithy, and we're going to hit refine. Click right there, hardwood into charcoal, and we're just going to churn that out. Next thing we can do is smelt down these things into iron and steel. And that is going to give us a good bit of iron and a good bit of steel. And as you can see here, we'll go back to trade. Iron right now is selling for 182. Steel, 346. These iron sabers, 98 apiece. I mean, this is crazy to have to do this. I mean, we can sell... I got back, from the 700 I spent, I just made an extra, about, what did it say, 2,600 profit or something like that, somewhere around there. Boom, we just did that. That was easy money right there. And you can do that by beating bandits or whatever like that, and then just spending that extra money on some hardwood, smelting it down, and then, you do get tired a little bit, so, do rest in between. Wait here for some time, wait here a day or so. Maybe you have some wounded troops. It'll just be beneficial. This is super good. Very helpful tip to anybody who's new. Okay, and my final tip I would like to show y'all is going to be how to get a caravan. Caravans are about actually, they're exactly $15,000 in this game, or dinars, whatever you want to call them. And basically all you have to do is go to a tavern and recruit one of your, one of these companions right there. They usually range from 1,000 to 1,400. So just kind of expect that expense in there as well as the fact that your caravan probably won't be able to make any money during the first, 5-6 days you have it running. That's usually a good rule of thumb. And all you have to do is hold tab right here, and you just have to go to anybody with a name. Okay, so now that we're here, we caught them, looks like doing some kind of weird dance. We're going to talk to this dude. So, we're going to say, hey, my name's HotShot, whatever. I would wish to form a caravan in this town. And it's basically going to use up one of your troops, and they're going to get, 59 caravan guards or whatever like that, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm ready to create this caravan. And I'm gonna have, this is my companion that I have available right now, so that's the one I want to do it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And then she just disappeared from thin air. And they're back to doing the little dance. Look at him. Oh, there they go. He's out of there. All right. And that's basically my tips for y'all. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.